Morning YouTube, Average Guy 47 here. Nothing starts out a day better than tinkering around with a 30 M1 Carbine. Okay, and we'll be covering just some of the accessories and maybe a brief history of the 30 Carbine and some of the features on it. And let me get the camera back on the tripod and we'll get started. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to clear the magazine. And just to show you, no rounds. And for the purpose of this video, there's no ammunition in the magazines are unloaded. There's no ammunition in the mags. Okay, 30 M1 Carbine. Everybody's seen a World War II movie. Has seen one anyway. Probably the most widely produced small arms by the United States in the Second World War. These were used from World War II all the way up to and including the early parts of Vietnam. This is the semi-automatic version, and they were made by several subcontractors, including the Inland Division and Saginaw divisions of General Motors, Rockola, Winchester. Who knows? There's at least 6 subcontractors manufactured the good old 30 Carbine here. This particular version was manufactured by Saginaw. Okay, and it is one of the fairly earlier versions, and you can tell by the bolt. I don't know if you can see here. You see, that's basically a flat top bolt. There were 2 versions. You had this basically a flat top bolt, and then you had a completely round bolt. The round bolts were manufactured in the later part of the war. Another way to, if you have a 30 Carbine, to be able to distinguish between a earlier produced version or a later version is the safety switch. This is the magazine release, and this is the safety switch, the toggle-like switch. If you have a toggle-like switch for your safety, that is a later produced model. The earlier models had a push-button type safety, which was often confused with the magazine release, so they changed that to a toggle switch. And if you can see, the rear sight adjustable for elevation and windage with a simple blade front sight. And that's probably about all the features that I'm going to go over. Maybe some distinguishing characteristics if you have one to be able to tell a version you have. I'd like to go over some of the accessories available for it, which makes the 30 Carbine a very handy, shall we say, SHTF type gun to have in your collection. Thank you, Miss Cat, for knocking the tripod stand. First of all, of course, this is the Buttstock magazine holder. Yeah. Hi, Cat. How are you? Huh? And it holds 2 15-round mags. You can see all mags are empty for this video. Okay. Something I picked up a while ago. I don't know if they're out there anymore, but this is a bandolier of a Korean 30 Carbine ammunition. It's very handy to have. 2 10-round clips with clip guides. Makes speedy loading of magazines very, very easy. And there's 20 rounds in each bandolier. So you're looking at 120 rounds of 30 carbine ammo ready to go. And perhaps the time for coffee, excuse me. One of the neater items I picked up. This is the M1 Carbine Grab-and-Go. I'll show you the plate here, paper here. This is made by Alongapo Outfitters, based in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And this will hold 6 15-round magazines, as you can see. And there's a pouch in the back you can pull open, and there's a room probably for at least 2 30-round magazines. A very simple design. Just pick it up, slap it over your shoulder, and you're ready to go. Seems to be fairly made of fairly sturdy construction, double stitching across the back. These plastic buckles may be of concern. I don't know how durable they are, but in a SHTF situation, it might be enough to get you through that situation. So I think it's a very handy item to have. All right, YouTube. Yeah, well, that's just showing you carbine and some handy accessories. So, as always, be safe and keep up the fight for our Second Amendment. Take care.